Well, everyone was wondering in the last video where Abby was. She's
Hello.
here. She's alive and well. She's helping me with the property survey. We just finished most of it. What we get, probably 80% done, you think? Maybe
Yeah.
90%. Took
Yeah.
us 3 hours. We got a little bit left to do. So today will be the newest update, Kittanning property improvement map. Okay, I had some time this afternoon to go out and finish the property survey, and it's always fun to do this, and it gets a little bit easier every year as well, not only because the system is getting better and better, but there's also less and less houses each year because Kittanning has really improved a lot over the past 4 years. I started this in 2019, the beginning of 2019, so right at the end of 2018 was the first property survey that we ever did. And it was just this idea that if we kind of tracked the improvement over time, and if we had a better plan as far as doing summer serve and for Habitat for Humanity, and for codes enforcement as well, if we were all kind of on the same page using the same set of data, then we'd be able to have a greater impact. And not only that, but I wanted to be able to prove that Kittanning was getting better, because I was hearing over the course of many years, I kept hearing from people, it's not changing, Kittanning will never get better, but I now have the proof. I have the receipts. And so for my own peace of mind as well, that when I tell people that Kittanning's getting better, I have hard data to back it up. If you want to learn more about the system and like how I score houses and how we rank these things and how we keep track of the data, I've gone over that in great detail in past videos. I'm not going to rehash that here. But before I give you kind of my observations for the year, of which I have 3, I want to give you the grand totals, the real numbers here of what's actually happened. So I did say this survey is about 6 months late, so that's on me. That's no fault of anyone else's but me. So I just didn't do it. Normally I try to do this in December, and here we are, June 11th is when we did the survey in 2024, which would be actually tracking 2023's results. So these numbers are a little bit skewed because there's definitely been some work that's happened from January 1st to today. But this year we had 28 houses that went from having some kind of damage to having no damage. We had 27 houses in addition to that, which were noticeably better than the previous year, and we had 2 houses that were noticeably worse. And so net, we had 55 houses improved. That's pretty amazing. The net improvement over the course of 18 months, like from end of 2022 to today, 16.8% improvement. And the total cumulative improvement over the course of 5 years, 48%, friends. We're almost halfway there. And that is an absolutely amazing, massive result. I cannot stress enough how incredible that is, how cool it is to see all of the awesome changes that are happening around our city. But I have 3 points that I just want to give you, just things that I've noticed over the course of the survey this year, things that are correcting my own mindset about the progress that's happening, and hopefully some things that'll be insightful to you as well. So let's go in the street and we'll check them out. The first observation that I have is I was going around and we were doing the survey today, and I didn't feel like it was getting all that much better. Like, even though we were finding houses that were improved and we're seeing the improvements in the residential area, it didn't feel that way. And I thought, why is that? Well, if you look here, like this is one example. This is on Orr Avenue. Right now, Orr Avenue is completely like torn up. They're redoing all of the water lines along the whole street. So there's holes in every sidewalk. There's holes in the streets. The streets are closed. There's cones everywhere. There's construction vehicles, like all of these things. And so it's very difficult to feel the improvement when this kind of stuff is going on. In fact, while it's happening, it feels like it's getting worse, right? Like, it's harder to drive around. You see all of the roads getting torn up, and you're like, oh man, everything's getting worse. When is this gonna end? Even though it's actually an improvement, right? Like new water lines through the streets, new water lines to every house. That's a good thing, but it doesn't feel like a good thing while it's happening. And so that's my first observation slash encouragement to you. If you're living in those areas with a lot of construction happening, don't let your feelings lie to you. The data tells the truth, and so when I got back to the office and finished the survey, compiled all the numbers, the data doesn't lie. The data says that it's improving, that we had actually massive improvement over the last 18 months, and that is true. The water projects will end, the gas company projects that are going on the other end of town, those will end as well. And at the end of it, all the new roads, after they're done, will get paved again, and that's going to be even more amazing. And then we're going to feel the improvement like double time. So it's coming, I promise. Second observation is here on Rebecca Street. Rebecca Street, for a long time, when we started the survey at least, was one of the roughest areas in town. There were a lot of homes that needed a lot of improvement, and none more than this house here, which I believe is 112 Rebecca. I don't use the numbers to name and shame, but I use the numbers to highlight this beautiful house that Habitat for Humanity has just completely transformed. You might remember this house from a couple of years ago. This house was abandoned. We ended up cutting the yard. It was like in really, really rough shape. Rough shape inside and out, but like from the outside right now, this house is absolutely perfect. Got a beautiful brand new deck on it, new siding, new windows, new roof, like new all over the place. What an amazing transformation. But not only that, not only has Habitat done an amazing job, but just in the past year, as Habitat's been transforming that property, there's been several other properties here with new painted awnings, there's new landscaping out front, there's like new windows, new roofs, like the whole street has almost been completely transformed. And so it's difficult to like quantify, is that because the one house that was a real eyesore, got taken care of, or was it like just this culmination of serendipity? I'm not one to really believe in coincidences, but when I look around the street, like the transformation is unmistakable. And most, like Summer Serve didn't touch this at all. I know Habitat touched one of them, but for the most part, there's this public portion of it, which is either Habitat or Summer Serve that comes and does something. But what we're seeing with the data seems to be that private investment is actually taking over. That is maybe like the brightest news of any of the news that I could possibly give you. That means that the free market is starting to take over in the Kittanning real estate market again. That doesn't happen when you have an extraordinary amount of blight, which is where we were at just a few years ago. And so if you have too much blight and there's too much work to do, then that means that the housing market is going to be irrationally depressed, and it makes the neighborhoods uninvestable. But we seem to be past that point now, and I think we're at the tipping point where now people can buy a house that needs a lot of work, they can put the money into it, and the market will now bear some prices that will actually equal some profit for the people that are doing the work and doing the investing. And that's really the dream. The dream is that Habitat for Humanity wouldn't need to be remodeling houses, but that they could build new houses. The dream is that Summer Serve wouldn't really need to exist, but that we would just be, taking care of people as they need help, medical emergencies, or people that are disabled or handicapped or widowed. And so if we can get to that point where Summer Serve becomes obsolete and where the current Habitat for Humanity programs become obsolete and where codes enforcement has almost no job to do, like, that is the dream, friends. It's not the dream isn't to do Summer Serve forever. The dream is for Summer Serve and Habitat and all the different great organizations fill in the gaps, and ultimately that the free market economy takes over again. And so it's pretty exciting to see that happening. Third and final observation is about low-hanging fruit, and I'm here on Highland Avenue. And I said earlier that we're running out of low-hanging fruit, and that's not totally true. What we've tried to do over the years is find projects that are going to be simple to complete and that we could, make a big impact. And so there's still a lot of projects that are really simple to complete. They're just not the ones that create as big of an impact. So the trick is for me to just change my mindset. We gotta think about Summer Serve and think about, like, could we come and paint a railing or redo a porch or repaint one little piece of something? Can we help our neighbors in some small way where we can still have an impact and get houses off the list and ultimately just love on people? And that's the whole point of this thing, is we might have smaller jobs, but maybe more jobs. And so we'll send out 2 and 3 person crews instead of 5 and 6 person crews. And we can still have a great impact in the city. We can still help and love our neighbors. We can still help those who are in the greatest need. So I just want to give a shout out to all of you who have done so much work to make so much progress happen in the greatest city in the world. And I want to challenge all of you as well. We're just at the beginning of summer. I would love if each and every one of you would find some way to make some improvements in your city, to go and help your neighbor, and to document the process as well. And if you send me a video or send me some pictures or send me a story, I'd love to feature it on the channel. If you're not sure what to do and you're not sure how to get connected with something like that, you can come and join us for Summer of Serve. We have our next Summer of Serve Day coming up very soon on Saturday, June 22nd. And you can meet us. We'll be setting up at Living Water Church parking lot at 8 o'clock. Normally, we're out working by 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. But we would love to have you come and join us as well. But you don't have to join us. You can certainly do these things on your own. There's a lot of little projects out there to do. There's so many people to go and help, and it's just one of the things that we're called to by God himself. Go love your neighbors, friends. Improve your city. Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.